Hello everyone, it is Foul Play here, and we're back again doing another Illusion Tribal deck. Another league with this deck for our friends over in Spain. Alright, so I've made a significant number of changes since the previous league that I ran the deck. So the first significant change is I've cut down on Moth Dust Changeling. I think you could potentially have this as a 2 of. I do think I found it clunky as a 4 of though. Just being able to activate flying on multiple Moth Dust Changelings is troublesome. Activating it on one is not too bad, but if you have 2 or 3, even 4, like it becomes a real challenge to activate that flying. So I think it's probably not the strongest thing here. Now I have gone up 1 land. I'm keeping a pretty high island count. I've gone for 3 caverns, the 4 mutavaults, and the 2 waterlog groves. Of course, we've got our 4 Jace's Phantasm here. So creature base wise, I'm really emphasizing the flying sort of aspect on the creatures. Krovikan Mist, we've seen that before. Flying, power, and toughness equal to the illusions. We got the gimmick of the Lord of the Unreal and the Phantasmal Image combo. So Phantasmal Image will keep illusion typing after it copies Lord of the Unreal. So it will give itself +1/+1 in hexproof. And even if the Lord of the Unreal gets picked off, it's not the biggest issue. We are introducing Smuggler's Copter in this league. Now, Smuggler's Copter is a card I've seen played a bit in Merfolk, and it was suggested to me by Metric, I think it was. And check of my own, I decided, hey, let's give Thassa a go. I think Thassa has room to be pretty fantastic. In combination with Bind the Monster, creating a situation where the creature gets tapped down, gives us devotion, 1 devotion, right? It should hopefully help us get this Thassa's passive online and turn it into a creature. If not, it can give creatures unblockable for 2 mana, which isn't too bad. I'm sticking with Illusory Angel as well as a 3 of. I do think we need a hard-hitting finisher, but I don't think it's good enough to have as a 4 of because it's sort of a little bit awkward. That 1 extra land should maybe hope, like in our non-Ether Vial hands, help us hit 4 mana on curve and maybe cast a Bind the Monster into Illusory Angel or something of that nature. We've got counter magic in form of Force of Negation, Spell Pierce, yeah, Bind the Monsters to tap down, Brazen Borrowers to bounce and as a blocker and all that. Sideboard wise, we have Aether Gust Hate for Burn and Titan decks essentially. We have Land Hate with Spreading Seas. We have more Land Hate and Storm Hate with Damping Sphere. We have Pithing Needle for various combo decks, Relic for various graveyard decks, and Torpor Orb for Hate Bad decks. So that's going to be it, guys. Let's jump into this one. Alright, so here we are for match number 1. We won the die roll, which is always a good start. We got this hand. I think it's decent enough to go on, so let's go ahead and keep this and get into it. We got the turn 1 Vial into 2 creatures on turn 2 essentially, so not too shabby. Also got Force Negation and Brazen Interaction. We're versing Simarisu. I think that's how you say that one. Let's start off with Mutavault Vial. Pass it on over. Now, we don't have any like hugely powerful creature in hand here currently. Hopefully we find one. Oh. Is this a dredge deck we're versing? Always yield. I want to stop auto yesing. Oh, we find Smuggler's Copter. I don't mind putting Smuggler's Copter to the board there. Enable that to attack for 3 in the air next turn. I'm just really making sure I have auto yields turned off. I will up this file to 2, but in the meantime, we'll just chill out here. Rain in 6. Rain in 6 is going to be an issue because it is going to eat our creatures. let's force negation this. Hopefully our tempo will be pretty strong from that point. Although, if it comes in, it goes to 4. We can kill this next turn and then force negation something else. They don't have double black. They can't have Liliana. So this is more likely Jund at the moment, right? I think we let this resolve. So always Yod, but we won't always yes, right? Lord of the Unreal, not a bad draw. Alright, so let's go ahead and cast this Krovikan Mist. We'll crew the Copter using Krovikan Mist. And we'll attack with all creatures at the run and 6. And we will actually get our loot. You may draw a card if you do discard a card. So free draw is a free draw. Wow. Alright, let's get rid of this Brazen Borrower now. So if they go for a single target removal spell, obviously Aether Vial. Aether Vial can protect the creature in response to the kill spell. And then we can give protection to everything after our Aether Vial triggers again. I think we just hold up instant speed. Vial, by the way. Double Lord of the Unreal. Interesting. So they could represent Lightning Bolt and Fatal Push here. I reckon let's go ahead and crew the Copter using the Phantasm. See what the response is. Alright. So now we go to attacks. Is this Colligan's command maybe? Oh, it's Abzan. No, wait, that's not quite Abzan, right? Lightning Helix. Okay. It's an unfortunate one. Alright, so Lord of the Unreal is down. Alright, we'll get our second Lord of the Unreal down, copying the first. And this one gives itself the Hexproof and 1/1 buff. So we have a pretty beefy attack next turn. And we have Force Negation for if our opponent goes for anything too crazy or greedy. This is probably a Bring to Light Niv Mizzet deck, right? So only thing that gets us is Supreme Verdict. Omnath, sure. Alright, so we can attack and put our opponent to... Oh, shit, I should activate Mutavault there. I'm a dingus. I did have lethal, but I missed it. Now we'll just have to hold up Spell Pierce or Force Negation. So we'll protect our board a little bit by not attacking with it. I'm gonna go ahead and put a stop on my turn. Set a stop here, because with Mutavaults it's important to have a stop on the beginning of your own combat. If I'm versing like a cryptic command deck, like you need to stop there, right? Response to cryptic command, boom. This opponent can look to lose Lord of the Unreal. We can actually instant speed active the Mutavault here if he doesn't block, and that will buff our Krovikan Mist by 1. These solutions got pretty big pretty quickly here, which I'm sort of happy about, right? Opponent contemplating if he can win the game without Omnath. Omnath with the potential to gain our opponent 8 life, right? Alright, we'll get that extra point of damage in anyway because it might be relevant. Realistically, we should have attacked with the Mutavault then as well and our opponent would have been dead. If it's Bring to Light, we're in an okay spot. If it's Supreme Verdict, we're almost certainly dead. Obviously, if it's Bring to Light looking for Supreme Verdict, we just counter it. Alright, looks like Bring to Light. Let's just Spell Pierce, and no need to show them both cards. Cool, so game 1 goes to us, despite that misplay, and I guess we'll take it. You can see Aether Gust being reasonable here. Spreading Seas is kind of pointless. Torpor does do something, even though it's not super amazing. Bind the Monster does not seem like it's going to be at its best here. We might be able to tap down a bird or something, so maybe... I think our counter magic is probably good. I think our Bind the Monsters are probably good. I don't see many spots where Brazen Borrower is going to be super impressive. This deck probably has Colligan's commands as well, so maybe we trim on Smuggler's Copters. Moth Dust, another Copter, keep 1 Copter in, bring in these guys. Alright, go with that. Alright, so this time we're on the draw. Opponent is keeping a 7. Got this 7 with Aethervial Spell Pierce. It's not like super exciting, but I do think it's got potential at the very least. We will need help from the top of our library to get there with a hand like this though. Okay, that's something. Lead on Mutavault here. We'll get in for an attack for 2 on our turn 2. Oh, is opponent holding up Lightning Helix here? I think they might be. For opponents holding up Lightning Helix, let's just play out a second Aether Vial and hold up Spell Pierce. So I got what my opponent was on wrong twice, but we got there in the end and we got a critical counter, which is always nice. Alright, go for something greedy, opponent. Tef, I mean, as good as place as any to cast this Spell Pierce, stop them from bouncing Ether Vial, destroying our tempo. We find Jace's Phantasm, that's not too bad. Sold up Spell Pierce again, we'll activate our Mutavault. We'll put in one Lord of the Unreal. And we'll attack our opponent for 3 here. Getting a Phantasm is nice because it gives this Vial on 1 something to do this turn. Don't forget our Mutavault does have hexproof as long as Lord of the Unreal is on the battlefield. So his first one is that one. Second one can stay where it is. I'd bind the monster. Maybe bind the monster is just bad. I was expecting to see like a Birds of Paradise or something that I could potentially get into play. So we'll make illusions uncounterable. We'll tap it. We'll activate our Mutavault. We'll go to attacks. Alright, let's activate one Ether Vial. If they look to shoot things down, we can activate the second one in response. Looks like we're getting in. In for a decent amount there. And bind the monster here, we could actually maybe pitch it to a Force Negation if we do cycle into Force Negation. Alright, let's see what sort of instant or sorcery we can find off this one. Creature. No, okay, we find land. So opponent cleans us up there. We've got a Mutavault to attack with. Could get Assassin's Trophied here. So here I'm going to put 1 on 2 and I'm going to leave the other 1 on 3, leave the other on 2. This is so bad. This could be a creature of some description. Like if that Smuggler's Copter there, that's way better for us. We're attacking for 3 and looting a land away at that point. Always no, always no. Animate Mutavault. Attack with it. Play the second one. Alright, well we can kill them next turn. Oh my god, they're so close to dead, man. Please don't have it. Opponent concedes the game. Oh my god. Okay, we'll take that. I don't know how we won that then, but okay. It's fine. I mean, we only minorly misplayed game 1, so we deserve it, right? Alright, so here we are for match number 2, everyone. We lost the die roll this time. Got an excess Thastra in hand, which isn't amazing, and Jace's Phantasm isn't great here. We are on the draw, by the way. I mean, Cavern of Souls is decent, but we don't really have a good turn 2 play. I think we mulligan this one. Alright, this is looking a bit more impactful. We'll keep it. Might just bottom... This is a hard one between Phantasmal Image, Brazen Borrower, and Waterlog Grove. We'll get rid of the Waterlog Grove. Might make it hard to obviously cast our Lord of the Unreal. Bogles. Okay. See if this Brazen Borrower can do some work for us. Alright, Lord of the Unreal right on time. So opponent basic forest turn 1, which means they can't do anything too wacky like double ethereal, but I guess they can ethereal plus rancor. Excuse me. There is the Temple Garden. Core Spirit Dance. Oh, baby. Get a massive blowout here with Phantasmal Image. Oh, wow. That is so good as well. So... I think we just attack for 1 and hold up Brazen Burrow effect here. Really wish I had that Waterlog Grove right now so I'd be able to curve out nicely. Alright, so in response to this, so that they lose their Rancor, we'll cast the Petty Theft on the Core Spirit Dancer. And then if they look to go in on it again, we can then bind the monster. So Rancor goes to the graveyard. It does not come back because of how we did this. Maybe we could have got a Daybreak Coronet, but I'd rather just like teleport here. So now they have to either spend the turn going in on Bogle or recasting Core Spirit Dancer. Alright, we draw Island. So Dismember here would be able to kill the Core Spirit Dancer and stop the passive effect of drawing cards every time you cast an aura. Phantasm or Bind the Monster cannot quite do that. It also means I can't cast Lord of the Unreal this turn, right? So... Alright, let's take a turn to cast Lord of the Unreal. See how good the auras are in my opponent's hand. And pretend we're holding up Dismember, I suppose. So this opponent has triple basic forest. I guess this is a bit of a budget version of Bogles. They also... I don't know why they play that forest before they play an aura, by the way. Unless they've literally got lands in hand. It doesn't make very much sense here. Did we just... Did we keep our opponent off their auras? Are they holding up a whole bunch of Daybreak Coronets in hand? Alright, get down our Phantasmal Image. Copying... We could copy Core Spirit Dancer and then draw a card off our Bind the Monster, which is pretty amusing. I do think we want to just go for our game plan here, though. And I guess we'll look to tap down whichever Core Spirit Dancer they go all in on. We might take a turn where we take a whole bunch of damage. But then hopefully we're okay after that. Alright, well they've hit planes now. So there's potential for them to go Rancor or Spider Umbra into Daybreak, and then it might be pretty difficult for us from that point. No Lurrus Companion for my opponent either. We do have 6 damage in the air and a 4/4 on the ground as well. Opponent 3 cards in hand. Alright, here they come. He's going in on the Bogle. Okay, fair play to him. He's playing it safe. So they get 2 card draws, 1 from each core Spirit Dancer here. He's going all in on the Bogle by the looks of things. No life gain though. I'm happy to see that their opponent does not have life gain. So we have 12 damage on the board currently, maybe more with Mutavault, right? So if he attacks with his Bogle, bind the monster on a core Spirit Dancer might just kill our opponent here. Activate Mutavault, swing. Plays another Scout. That's a bit frustrating. No attacks? Okay, well we do have a bind the monster here. Mutavault's not going to be the biggest. I guess we just attack in the air for 6. That'll put our opponent down to 6. Now we get out our Krovikan Mist, which will be giant. And tap down 1 core Spirit Dancer. Taking a smidgen of damage. Alright. How good's your turn, opponent? He's got 5 cards in hand. There's got to be at least 1 aura in there. Opponent might want to start diversifying onto a second creature here, potentially. Rancor. They're just going all in on the 1 bad boy. Dirty Daybreak. Alright, that's unlucky for us, I reckon. So that one's going to have Vigilance, so we're going to have to deal a butt ton in the air. Oh, yikes. Do they just have us dead here? Griff Spoon as well. Jeez, mate. Calm down. What's the out from here? Not really many. So we have to block with Krovikan Mist. And don't really see how we're getting through this one. Dismember would have removed a whole bunch of those draw triggers there. Like, my opponent played 3 auras this turn. That would have been 3 draws removed. Alright. Well, that card is not another Brazen Borrower. It's not going to do diddly squat here. We got close. We're on the draw as well. Alright, so I can say from experience as a Bogles player, Spreading Seas is a very frustrating card for us to verse. Ether Gust is also very good against us. Probably it as far as those effects are concerned. Bind the Monster loses a lot of points here. I think Smuggler's Copter loses a small amount as well. Fass is potentially good because it does give unblockable, right? I might remove 1 more Smuggler's Copter and just leave it at 1 there. So we've got Brazen Borrower as a bounce effect. We've got Ether Gust is a bounce effect. We've got 3 counter spells between the Force of Negations and the Spell Pierce here. And then we've got our Spreading Seas to interact with our land. It's probably about as much interaction as we want here. Copter hand with Thassa, Lord of the Unreal. Illusory Angel is like a card we're never casting here. So how good is turn 2 Smuggler's Copter with no creature on the battlefield? Not amazing. Alright, I think we can do better. I guess we have a piece of interaction here we can keep. Get rid of the Cavern of Souls. Not really needed in this matchup. Done. And we can turn 1 Ether Vial and turn 2 Spreading Seas. Hopefully my opponent kept a land light hand and we lock them out for a few turns. Krovikan missed on its own, not doing the most damage, right? Also, our opponent can cast their Slippery Bogles off Threading Seas, but not their Glade Cover Scouts or Core Spirit Dancers. I guess it can tap for the generic on Core Spirit Dancer. Alright, turn 1 Temple Garden in tapped. Ooh. Ooh. One drop. It's not horrible. Alright, so our opponent got Forest in hand. I think we are supposed to play out the Spreading Seas here. Force of Negation, huge draw. That's a really good one to see. So we'll probably save that for their Daybreak Coronet, right? Core Spirit Dancer, there she is, in all her glory. Opponent still has access to white mana, importable to note. Important to note? I can't talk. Whatever. We're there. Okay. Land. Gonna hardcast Force of Negation. I think we want to apply some kind of pressure here. Right now, Bind the Monster doesn't look as bad as I made it out to be, because tapping this thing down would be huge. And Krovikan Miss might go to the Force of Negation gods here. See what our opponent does. Ethereal Armor is a pretty good one. Let's save it for Daybreak Coronet, I reckon. Hyena Umbra as well. Far out, man. Alright, let's take some damage. Might take this up to 5 so we can potentially get a Thasser into play for free. With the context of the board state, it's probably worth going for, but doesn't pay off. Okay. Guess that was just bad. Maybe I was looking to high roll something there. Attack for 6. We'll hit right on back. Forest, get rid of that dirty Rancor now. I don't think we can beat a Rancor, but unfortunately they're probably going to have Daybreak Coronet immediately afterwards. Guess if we countered the early Ethereal Armor, they wouldn't have had such a big creature. Yep, there's the Daybreak. Alright. Well, Brazen Borrower can get us back into it, right? Opponent gaining a butt ton here. We're not really going to be able to attack very well. Always no. Smuggler's Copter, right on time, buddy. Right on time. What am I looking for? Brazen Borrower? Far out. What do we do here? Use it as a blocker to cycle one? That doesn't seem very amazing. Yeah. Alright, I think we're being bested. Another daybreak. Okay. All I'm seeing are a lot of auras that can hit the graveyard after I bounce this thing, right? No auras that come back yet either. So we'll block with this Lord of the Unreal. It's only worse if we draw a Thassa. What can we even do here? Alright, so technically we're in it for another turn. We do deal some small amount of damage there. And we get a blocker on the field. Triple daybreak. Pretty good, mate. Pretty good. Got that dirty Rancor? Not yet. Man, I am praying for a Bind the Monster here, even though I've taken them out. How good would it be in this spot, man? Incredible. Is there a world where I can attack here, loot this card? I guess I don't have too much of a choice. Let's get in there, Mr. Copter. Do your thing, buddy. Well, that's not doing much this game, I don't think. Against his non-existent green auras. Alright, they've got a fistful. They're on 65. They've got 6 cards in hand. Let's see what happens. Alright, so we're still not dead, but our opponent's going to be pretty difficult to kill at this point. So I'll active this ability because obviously something like Thassa would just be way better. Might as well thin through the deck for free there. Might actually get rid of the Mutavault here on the next block. It's a little bit awkward in this spot with Smuggler's Copter, I think. Opponent attacking with no effects, so continue to slowly lose our board. So you got a second Spirit Dancer to go in post-combat? That wouldn't make much sense. You'd just chain auras, right? Okay. Is he literally holding land in hand? Thassa? Fuck me, man. Oh my god. Alright, we're crew tapping the Lord of the Unreal again. And we'll pitch this one away. I think this is one that we obviously don't win. It's just, we're like inevitably losing at this point with them on over 100 life, and we haven't dealt with their creature yet still. It's just, you know, how much longer we can go for. Second core Spirit Dancer, fucking rip, man. No other effects? You really just got lands, man? Alright, we need that Brazen Borrower now, baby. Come to me, Brazen Borrower. Triple Spirit Dancer? What? Why didn't you do this pre-combat? What are you doing, mate? It probably doesn't matter because he's already won, but what are you doing? And he's going in on the same creature. I'm just gonna chump block it, dude. Cool. Well, I think we thoroughly got spanked by Core Spirit Dancer. There's no shame in that, right? Flying is fine. Trample is not. Oh, he's diversifying finally. Go you. Semi-diversifying? Wouldn't you go in on this one? I guess giving one flying stat to that Spirit Dancer is fine, but like, you'd prefer to give it trample anyway at this point in the game. Fuck. This one we have to counter. And lose our Smuggler's Copter and Amount of Tithe. Cool. Cool. Well, we got licked there. What was our next card? We would have seen Thassa like that deep. Oh, 2 cards deeper. Well, Thassa would have been good like a long time ago. Oh, on to the next one. Here we are for match number 3 versus Skyrim T. We're on the dial. We're going to be on the play. And this hand actually looks semi-decent. I'll keep it. Probably want to just play Phantasm into Phantasm, like with the Mutavault, leave the Phantasmal Image in hand for now, and then turn 3 a Thassa. Get the Scry happening, and then try to find our Lord of the Unreal plus. Alright, well, that's sort of fine. Because we're going to play Phantasm anyway, right? Alright. The old turn to Ether Vial. You hate to see it. Unfortunately, I didn't have much of a choice with what I was doing there. So you got a Lightning Bolt at this point. Lightning Bolt, the one that dealt damage. Yeah. This is Jund. We versing Jund. I have beaten Jund with this deck before. Not this particular build, but just generally speaking. So Ren and 6 would be really bad for us here. Dark Confidant. Okay, I haven't seen you in a hot minute, Mr. Dark Confidant. Always yield. Click that yes. We find the Cavern of Souls. I'm going to name Wizard on this one. Get out that juicy Thassa, girl. Hello, Miss Thassa. And get in for 1 point while we can. We'll see how good our opponent's Dark Confidant is for them. Colligan's command, it's reasonable but not amazing. Like, it answers either Phantasm plus Mutavault in the same turn or Phantasm plus Ether Vial now. And quite frankly, I'm not that concerned about that line. Opponent attacking for 2, holding up K command. Are we doing this second mained? So I'm going to aggressively look for creatures, hopefully Lord of the Unreal here. Then we can Phantasmal Image on the Lord of the Unreal while our opponent's tapped out. And get all our illusions hexproof that way. So like hexproof illusions plus a Thassa that has indestructible seems pretty juicy here, right? I could copy my opponent's Dark Confidant. That's interesting. Target play discards a card. Okay. Well, goodbye, Wardlog Grove. Ways yield. What do we find on the scry here? Force negation, so that can go on the bottom. We can't cast it with our land right now, right? We'll tick this one up. We'll draw for turn. Played a Phantasm. Third Jace's Phantasm. Tribal Phantasm we got right here. Alright, attack our opponent for 2. So they go to 9. Maybe they hit like a Bloodbraid Elf or something and take a bunch of damage, and then we can kill them off of our own Bloodbraid Elf maybe with haste. That won't give devotion to blue though. So we need 3 more devotion for Thassa. Alright, this is going to be pretty juicy in response to the trigger. So we're going to hit them right back with the Croxer effect at this point. Alright, it's going to die, but I suppose at least it deals damage to them. Maybe we could have gone for the Dark Confidant there. This is really weak to Renin 6, which our opponent could do. Also, they hit a Black Cliffs upkeep. They ditched the Thoughtseize. I guess that makes sense. Are we getting Renin 6 too? No. Tarmogoyf? My best way to win is if Dark Confidant kills my opponent. So I'm going to play as if that's what's going to happen. Dark Confidant, copy Tarmogoyf. Yeah. Attack for 1. Come on, take some damage, opponent. Damn, Blackleaves Cliffs 2 turns in a row. It's pretty fortunate for them. Guess 2 cards in their hand right now are land though. Pete land cycle. You love to see it. And not playing around the main deck Scavenging Ooze by the looks of things there, because he didn't hold up double green. I'm happy to take 7 here. That's fine. See what they do second main. Oh, they can't land Croxer. Run in 6. Okay. So Fatal Push would be pretty backbreaking here. But Tarmogoyf would be pretty good. So no Fatal Push and we're happy. Not too shabby. Attack our opponent for 6. I tapped my mana wrong. I'm an idiot. Alright, let's see if they die on upkeep. Come on, Bobby. Come on, Bobby. Oh, man. No way. So we're just dead to the 6 damage here, plus the ping from running 6. That is so lucky. 3 cards in a row. Out of 4 cards, they hit 1 spell. What the heck, man? I'm not sure why they're taking so long here. Alright, one of the Blackcleave Cliffs is out of hand. Literally have lethal on board. I guess they're playing around maybe a blocker off the Ether Vial. Alright. Can our opponent count? Do they just have the lightning bolt or something? Alright, cool. Well, that was close. Unlucky but close. Island. So, Relic and Aethergust seem reasonable here. Bind the Monster, not the greatest, because if our opponent Assassin's Trophies it falls off their Tarmogoyf or whatever. I think Spreading Seas could be okay. Could lock them off their mana early, particularly if we're on the play. Spell Pierce there we saw was just kind of awkward. Force of Negation potentially is bad as well because it's a card disadvantage effect, right? Could also just bring in some Pithing Needles and name Verdant Catacomb, Liliana of the Veil, something like that. I think I'm going to go with this though. Maybe we could trim a Copter for a Bind the Monster, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe our opponent couldn't like hit the most fucking stacked Dark Confidant ever. Alright, well, we'll keep this. We only have 1 land, but we do have double Ether Vial. We have got the Thassa, Brazen Borrower, Lord of the Unreal, Aethergust. So a whole bunch of like really powerful cards in hand, one of which is Illusion Strategy, right? I guess Brazen Borrower is conventional Illusion Strategy as well. So if they go for like a turn 2 Ren and 6, we could Aethergust it, which is interesting tempo. Looks like I've got the turn 1 Thoughtseize, the Inquisition of Kozilek. Goodbye Thassa, I'd imagine. He has to answer Thassa at some point. He can't just let me have it. So if he doesn't take Thassa, he's probably got a second removal spell in hand. A second discard spell in hand, sorry. Alright, what are we doing? Yeah, you have no idea what we're on, do you? Took the Brazen Borrower. Okay. Sure. I'll take that. Find the Copter. Lame. Alright, all our favorite non-illusion cards here. Croxer, Dark Confidant, okay. Use both abilities. Find a second Thassa. Fuck, go away, man. I still can't empty my hand because I'm stuck on lands. This is not helping. Alright, what's our opponent top decking? Something that deals damage? No, never anything that deals damage. Don't you think he's gonna play something that deals damage? That's not gonna happen. That's not what our opponents draw. I think we sort of have to take this. The fact he shocked that in is like screaming K command to me. Alright, not so far though, unless he does it in response to the trigger here. We're gonna get a Thassa. Oh my god, Spell Pierce would have been so much better than Ether Gust here. Which we of course boarded out. How do I bring this to the front? I have to fucking drag it out of the way of that. I don't want to get rid of that because it's going to be revealing cards to me each turn. Opponent doesn't know how good Colligan's Command here on Vile Kill the Lord. He does not know the pain of drawing our second Thassa. I think we've only got 2 copies in the deck as well. Yeah, there it is. Only 2 copies in the deck and we saw both of them. Flippin' hell, man. Several minutes later, opponent decides the right line. Oh no, we can't find a creature. What a shame. There's potential to leave the Lord of the Unreal in hand, so we didn't get done like that, and then maybe they would have made us discard instead. Alright, can we find... I guess that Ether Vial's off the battlefield, so it doesn't matter what we do. Wow, we still can't find mana. Holy shit. Holy mana gods right now. Yeah, that's just a little bit typical. We'll throw that one out there for the viewers at home. So Bloodbraid Elf. Get ready for like second Colligan's Command here. A Bloodbraid Elf into Colligan's Command. They find Lightning Bolt. Ah, joke's on you. You only get to throw that Lightning Bolt at my face. Alright, let's get attacked for 5 as well. Oh, although... maybe I trade with the Dark Confidant. My opponent's not giving me the option. Wow. Super lame sauce. Better watch out, opponent. I got some damage coming at your face now. Get out there, Thassa. Do us proud, buddy. Oh, baby. Look at all these beautiful spells we've got here. So Smuggler's Copter just dies to a Fatal Push for 1 mana, which is really upsetting. Thassa doesn't do anything yet. Till we get our Devotion up, which is probably not going to happen. Opponent keeps hitting their lands off of the fucking Dark Confidant. Bob OP. Fucking no damage Bob. Another Bloodbraid Elf, oh my god. Another Lightning Bolt, Jesus mate. He's only hit lands off his fucking Dark Confidant triggers, apart from the one Colligan's command. And on this, yeah, and we've like not curved out. We got to our turn 5. We only just hit our second mana on turn 5. Attacked for 8. And he's still holding up Fatal Push here. Water feels bad right now. How do we even get out of this shit? Boy, you would have been good 6 turns ago, mate. Is there a card in our deck that we actually want here? Not really. Maybe Brazen Borrower Bounce, but then that triggers with that. I guess Illusory Angel would be better. So bottom, Hope. One of our 3 Illusory Angels. At 3 mana in off the vial. Yep. Cool. Alright, well, GG. If we curved out, maybe we had a chance there, but we just never got to cast anything, so... and then we ended up with duplicate Thasses, which was very, very useless. Alright, let's hope our deck doesn't screw us over like that next match. Alright, so welcome back for match number 3 of this Modern League. We lost the die roll, opponent keeping a7, and we got this beautiful looking hand with double Illusory Angel. Hey, where were you last game, buddy? Alright, let's go ahead and mulligan this one. One lander like that we can't keep. This is also garbage, so we'll probably just lose now. Amazing. Alright, well I guess we keep bottom both Illusory Angels. Hope that Lord of the Unreal is good and that we actually draw some mana. Maybe Force Negation is good. I don't know. It's hard to beat such a shit hand. Undying Wolf. Alright, so we're versing Yawmoth combo. Got no turn 1 play. Rip. Bind the Monster is pretty woeful here, I'm pretty sure. But I don't know attacks there. That's sort of interesting. Alright, well, this is the point where our opponent probably gets confused, maybe. Who knows? We'll see what happens. We can, like, counter a Chord of Cooling or something. Is that indicative of Elderomi's call? Jareth's Messenger. Alright. Well, we're gonna take some damage. He's now got enough that Yawmoth will just kill us. So, keep Brazen Borrower up, I suppose. And, you know, still not curving out. I guess we should be happy we hit Igly's Dust second land drop on curve, right? Dried Arbor. Opponent skipped through their own attack step. Okay. Wonder if that was accidental or on purpose. Well, we can't afford to do nothing every turn, so I guess we play a Krovikan Mist, attack in the air for a couple, and it's Chord of Cooling. Cool. Alright, GG. Chord of Cooling for 4. Yeah, cool. He got us. Force of Negation would have been good, but obviously our opponent played around it. And played around Mana Leak as well. Alright, so... Torpor Orb seems pretty reasonable here. Pithing Needle seems very good. Aethergust could, like, Aethergust a Chord of Cooling, but that might be going a bit deep. I think Thassa might be awkward here. Binding Monsters, not the greatest. Probably want to keep some amount of counter magic and stuff. Shout on 1 Mutavault. Alright, let's go with whatever this is. Hope it serves us well. Hey, look, we've got mana. We're already way ahead of where we were last game, but also it's not a very good hand, but we're sort of pressed into keeping it, so let's go. We'll just play around that turn 1 Thoughtseize like a pro, like a boss. Thassa, interesting. Interesting stuff, Mr. Dry Double. Wall of Roots, alright. So at least we fly them. We're never getting in with Mutavault in this spot, and I think we just need to commit creatures to the battlefield. And I don't think this is the turn where we, you know, get away with a Spell Pierce, right? Amazing. Okay. Sacking the Dried Arbor, drawing a card. We're gonna neg 1 counter on the 1 creature and then killing the other one. So that's our board wiped real nicely. Real nice and tidy like. That's a card though. Alright, get Thassa out there. See what sort of antics she can do. Opponent's sort of like flexing their knowledge of the game by targeting the big one first and the little one second. Gilded Goose. Alright. So we'll always yield to this one. We'll always yield to the Ether Vial as well. Smuggler's Copter. I think it's a little too late for you, buddy. You can go on the bottom. Let's find something good. It's pretty good. Alright, I guess we can just hold up because we've got a pretty instant speed hand here. So go ahead and do that. Maybe we can hardcast Brazen Borrower, copy it with Phantasmal Image, have Thassa online. Looks like he's going for a Chord for 1 here, maybe. Like that seems like a good spot for Spell Pierce. Counter that effect. All these fucking stupid flying mana dorks that are just gonna completely destroy our tempo here. The way this deck works is they get like they get 2 creatures onto the battlefield, right? 2 creatures with Undying onto the battlefield, and then they just sack them all and deal infinite damage to you. I really need this on the battlefield. This is very frustrating, man. What can we do? Sweet FA. I can possibly copy the Yawmoth, which has protection from humans, which isn't very relevant. Copy Night of Autumn and just make a big creature. Yeah, let's copy Night of Autumn. We should bounce the Yawmoth first, because now my opponent can destroy it. Alright, let's just cancel this. If I bounce it first with Brazen Borrower, then I get at least 1 attack in with the 4/3. What are we scrying? Find me some gas. That's extremely good. Alright, pass the turn. What does this do or accomplish? It might get us closer to casting Illusory Angel, which seems like a reasonable way to win the game. So we can put this on top of our library, we'll draw it. We can cast Brazen Borrower during my opponent's turn in their end step. Then we can bind the monster into Illusory Angel as long as we hit land, and then we'll have Thas alive as a god. And hopefully our opponent doesn't have interaction. A phantasmal image can just sit here looking mighty useless, I reckon. I guess the interaction is he can give Brazen Borrower a -1. Eldritch Evolution on the Little Goose. Bye, Little Goose. Alright, here's Strangleroot Geist with Undying and Haste. Alright, let's take some damage. 6 puts us to 12. Did I bring in my relics here? God, I'm an idiot. That shuts down their combo as well. Alright. Well, unlucky for us. Alright, well, they're just stacking and killing it right now. That's fine. Alright, land. That is a land. I'll put it on top of my library. So we'll take 2 damage from that. Got our Illusory Angel down. Make for a nice chump blocker, but if we block the Strangleroot Geist, we sort of just lose our creature all over again. Oh wow, really? Court of Cooling? Proliferate? Making the Strangleroot Geist even larger? Fair play. That's pretty juicy, man. I haven't seen them do that mode before, or very frequently before. So currently our opponent has access to 6 damage. They can bump that up to 8 with Strangleroot Geist, and then we're dead to a Jerris Messenger. Eldritch Evolution on Night of Autumn. X+2. Oh, fuck, this is shrunk down as well. So they can actually shoot it down like that. So we block this one, they proliferate this one, and then we take 6. How are we fucking getting out of this? I don't think we can afford to keep hemorrhaging damage like this, unfortunately. Oh wow, they shrink it down even further. I didn't think of that. Oh, it's any proliferate is any number of cards. Alright, so we just lose this. My opponent played extremely well. He made it look easy, but he played this deck extremely well. He's definitely thinking about lines and things like that. Another Yawmoth, another Cord, and Aether Vial in hand. Whew, unlucky. So our whole line was just getting that out. Really what we're seeing at the moment is in 2 of our matches at least, Dismember has been better than Bind the Monster would have been. Against both Core Spirit Dancer and Yawmoth here. And on top of that, what else we're seeing is against Jund, it's about 50-50, right? Like it can hit their Tarmogoyf, but then they can just Assassin's Trophy it and, you know, make their Tarmogoyf all good again, right? Good and ready to go again. Alright, we lost the die roll again. I'm going to keep this one because it has an Illusory Angel that's viable, Aether viable in. Opponent is mulliganing to 6. So we have like Mutavault, Aether Vial into attack with Mutavault on turn 2, which is pretty decent. We have a piece of interaction. We're a little bit land heavy, but 2 of our lands are creatures, right? Not humans. Slivers? Okay. Second Bind the Monster, not bad. Not bad at all. Krovikan Mist, interesting. Let's look to slow this game down. I'm going to bind the monster on his Shrieking Sliver. So this way we'll take slightly less damage from it as well. Like, if they have like a Predatory Sliver or something, then it'll anthem everything up, right? They'll get extra power and toughness. Alright. This Unsettled Mariner, it is, yep. The most annoying of the slivers. Opponent's got a nice juicy stop on our upkeep in response to our Vial trigger here. Lots to do with that Mutavault mana. This board state. Alright, tap that one down. Take 2 damage, end step in Krovikan Mist. Then we can have double Mutavault and Illusory Angel comes in off the Vial next turn. All the lands in the world, which means they don't have many threats, hopefully. Getting hit for 1. Yeah. Well, he's playing something now. For 3 mana. All slivers have for 0 mana. If this permanent is on the battlefield, flip a coin, win the flip, exile this permanent and return it to the battlefield at the beginning of its owner's next end step. If you lose the flip, sacrifice it. Alright, opponent liking the RNG apparently. And because this is an illusion, why have we got 2/2? All right. I'm not sure as to the purpose of our opponent doing that, what the point is. Phantasmal Image, that's pretty juicy. Alright, before blockers, activate the Vial, Illusory Angel in, buff it up. Opponent's on 11. Another Flying Sliver. Okay. Don't forget, all these things have flying and first strike. Whenever a Sliver you control attacks, defending player loses 1 life. And they're going to have that on every Sliver? No. Just on this one. So he lost one flip, won the other. He basically lost the creature that gives first strike, which is probably better for him than what it is for us, right? Alright, any sort of gas here? Not really. Yikes, how do we ever win through this? So we can Phantasmal Image copy one of their slivers, like the first strike sliver, and give this one first strike, but then it can't block the flying that's going on. Slivers you control. Sliver creatures you control. All slivers have exile. I don't know how we're winning. We just don't have any gas here. We'll pass, we'll leave up blockers, I suppose, and we can make our Krovikan Mist bigger by activating the Mutavaults. Hello, baby. That's more like it. Get rid of this first strike in combat. That's pretty huge. Alright, let's go for a pretty big blowout here, hopefully. Might lose our Mutavault, and that's probably about it. It's a really, really good draw. Kind of activating their own Mutavault here. Really going after that Krovikan Mist right now. Alright, here comes Petty Theft. Come to ruin our opponent's day. Hopefully. We can still activate this Mutavault to grow our Korovikan miss by 1. If that trades with 4 creatures, that's just incredible. That's okay, so he's just won the flip. Sure. Petty Theft gets countered. Fair play. Alright. Opponent has 1 Slither creature, and we have Illusory Angel, an image in hand, and Mutavault on the field. So, good turn for us is good. Realm Walker? Fucking yikes, that's 1 to hit. Huge. Oh my god, how does he do it? Alright, attack for 4. We'll play out one of these. I guess we'll name Illusion. Phantasmal Image, copy the Illusory Angel, pass the turn, and we can end step another one into play. Opponent's going to have to deal with 3 flying creatures that have 4 power. Unsettled Mariner, here he comes. No Gale Rider Sliver, please. Oh no. That's pretty good for our opponent. Alright, Aether Vial power activate. Sacrifice this, maybe we fight a Lord of the Unreal, we just find another Waterlogged Grove. Let's animate our Mutavault, let's attack with everything. Alright, so either they're going to have to take some bad blocks to deal with the big creatures and go to 1, or they just need a chump block and then lose. I guess they're going to take some good blocks. They do have first strike, right? So they'll like go chump, chump, block, kill, take 2. And they'll keep 2 creatures. We'll keep 2 creatures. And then we can kill with Mutavault next turn, maybe. Yeah, so they did exactly what I thought they were going to do. But they can also exile their creatures in response here. No exile. Okay. Opponent concedes. Alright, well that's a bit of a long-winded win, right? Alright, we will take it though. We will take it. Unfortunately, Bind the Monster is pretty bad here. I can see like Aethergust doing stuff, but I don't think it's amazing. Dynamic Sphere is bad. Pithing Needle can be reasonable because we can name like Sliver abilities, like that thing that exiles. We can name Aether Vial potentially. Get that. I think Thas is going to be pretty important to us winning here. We saw Brazen Burrow was decent. I think Bind the Monster is just going to be mostly awkward. Although Spell Pierce and Force of Negation are pretty bad. Force of Negation could get an Aether Vial. So like, keep in 2 Force of Negations and whatever else we have here. Okie dokie. It's going to be okay if our opponent has an Aether Vial hand. I think I'm going to gamble and keep. Like, Smuggler's Copter is not bad. Lord of the Unreal isn't good yet, but will be good if we draw illusions and we have Mutavault. Come on, play that Aether Vial, buddy. Play that Aether Vial. You absolute beauty. Alright, we love to see it. Oh, you love to see it. Let's destroy that tempo right now. Alright. Bit of a rage pause here, I think. Do they have Force of Negation? And they're gonna look to Force of Negation it, pitching a Gale Force Sliver. Alright. They can like destroy Pithing Needle. There are slivers that do that off ETB. Predatory Sliver. Yep. Alright, what else has our opponent got? So probably just try to be mana efficient. So the point where we'll like be okay here is if our opponent doesn't draw land and is stuck with like some 3 mana slivers and can't really empty their hand very efficiently, that would be really good for us. The slower they are, the better this game. Another Sliver Lord. Another Mutavault. So we kind of have to play Lord of the Unreal here. And I'm going to attack with the Smuggler's Copter. So we get a loot and we can ditch one of these lands, right? Cool. Oh, goodness gracious. Gonna give haste flying now? That's a big yikes. So we take 9. Go to 8. What can we do here? We do have our combo down. So... let's go ahead and get that one in play. And then I guess we hold up double Smuggler's Copter. You don't have the Dismember, do you, opponent? Okay, interesting place to put a pause. Or to stop and think, I should say. Excellent. All right, so we've assembled the combo. Let's leave up blockers. Our opponent is the beatdown. And if we can get double Smuggler Copter block, that could be pretty nice. We could get rid of flying, all of that. It's an annoying one. Gets haste as well. Oh, fuck, he's drawn so much, man. He's curved out almost perfectly. I guess he's missed 2 land drops, but still. I'm going to lose 5 to the attack step here, go to 3, and then we're just dead. Cool. Alright, well, I'm just going to take the damage. There's no point blocking. We can't do it. Force negation, ether gust. Alright, so here's the deal. Force negation seems bad. Bind the monster seems better than force negation does. Pithing needle was sort of like semi-reasonable. Torpor orb, not really. Pithing needle we can name Mutavault as well. It sort of hits both of us, so I don't really like it. Really like it if they didn't have that attack step trigger on that creature. Maybe Moth Dust Changeling can come in over a needle. Spreading Seas doesn't do much. Torpor Orb may be better than Needle. Alright, let's bring in our Torpor Orbs. Take out the needles. Alright, so we're on the play this game. We've got turn 1 Aether Vial into turn 2 Smuggler's Copter and a turn 3 Thassa. It seems reasonable enough to me to keep. I don't think this is amazing. We don't apply the most pressure here, but having Thassa give stuff unblockable, herself being indestructible as well. Pretty nice features. Opponent with the big decision on their hand. Alright, looks like they decide to keep the 7. Alright, so our own Aether Vial is very good on the play. Very, very good on the play. These Vial Mirrors, you want to be the card. If you want to like curve out nicely, you want to be the deck with the Vial. You might lose out a little bit on like attrition and things like that by having it, but you know what? That is fine. Always yield. Yes. Ho ho ho! Now that is what I'm talking about, buddy. That is what I'm talking about. Alright, well, we'll just do this. We'll maybe pretend we have the 1 mana creature to Vial in and activate the Smuggler's Copter. And yeah, that could be a good little way to pretend here, right? If he like attacks here, he could get so blown out and lose his first strike Sliver. Wow. Well, opponent gets lucky. I should probably just tap this Vial just to strike fear into his heart after that very, very questionable attack. Another Copter. Well, that's not the greatest, but this one is. And we can instant speed put in a creature and block with a Copter, as long as they don't have another Anthem creature. I wonder what he's naming, fellas. What do you think? Merfolk? Spirits? Big decisions here. Well, I'm not sure if we don't block with the Copter what we're going to do with it. We could block and use it to potentially loot the other one away. I don't think Copter's that good in this spot. Might be better off just putting Angel to the hand and then casting some other spells that are blue to add Devotion for Thassa. I think that's a reasonable line. Alright, so it looked like my opponent disconnected. Had to relaunch the game, which happens. Bugs on Moto do happen. We all know that. Alright, so attack step is the last possible time where we can put our creatures in, do our little crew thing, and we'll use this to cycle. Get rid of this Smuggler's Copter. Bind the monster looks pretty juicy. Adds Devotion and etc. Yield to the Thassa trigger. So we still need one more instance of blue to give us enough devotion. I like that. I like that a lot. Let's avoid the 1 extra point of damage here to surprise factor the Illusory Angel with the Brazen Borrower on the first strike effect. Hopefully we can get a very large blowout. And hopefully we don't lose the game by 1 point of damage. Tapping for something pretty big. Okay. Annoying. Guess we can get rid of an Anthem effect now, or not if they have 2. Fucking hell, man. This shit's crazy. Let's minimize damage here. And we can't really block a 4-powered first strike creature. Opponent with four lords in play is pretty horrendous for us, right? Alright, what's our scry say? Like a Lord of the Unreal would be a really good start, right? Jace's Phantasm. That just gives us devotion. Guess we already have devotion in the Brazen Borrower, so we can scry this to the bottom and look for something better, maybe a second Illusory Angel. Yep, and that's the worst possible card that we could have drawn, right? Incredible. Oh, and we said yes to Aetherval. I'm an absolute idiot. Okay, well that's summing a few things up here. I just can't even attack. Has he got even more lords? Like, we knew about that one. Alright, beautiful Thas is online, and we lose most of our other things. Kill 1 Sliver. And we have to chump block 1. They have instant speed removal. They can shrink the Thassa away from being a creature as well. So something like that right now. Surprisingly worked where I killed my opponent. I don't think it should have. I think my creature should have fallen off. How good would Master of Waves be here on 4 mana? Look, it's a guaranteed creature. I really wish I didn't tick that up. That is so unfortunate. That's on 3. We could just violin the Brazen Borrower. Alright, well, we need all blockers on deck. And we'll yield to our opponent's attack step again. So the reason why it didn't shrink our Thasser off being a creature is because we have exactly 5 devotion. I forgot about the bind the monster. So secretly, I'm a genius. Don't tell anyone. And if they don't have another lord here, we can actually wrath the board with effects. That's fine. So we can petty theft bounce 1 and then we can kill 2 creatures. And then we still have the Brazen Borrower side. Yeah. Actually, we can kill all 3 creatures here. Why can't I block with that? Brazen Borrower that's on the battlefield. What? Why can't I block with that Brazen Borrower? What's going on? Huh? It's like got built-in flying and everything. Why can't I block here? I am really confused. It's on the battlefield. I should be able to block. Reset blockers. Why can't I? He says cannot block creature without flying. It has flying. Oh, I think we're getting bugged out here. Otherwise we just trade with his whole board and we're really happy. So that's really odd. That came into play last turn. There's no reason why I shouldn't be able to block with it. That's really dumb. Really, really dumb. So obviously this would have died as well. Our opponent would be left with a 3/3. We could borrow in this one. We wouldn't have Thasser yet, but would be getting closer, and they'd have a 3/3 and whatever's on top. I guess they've got cards in hand, so they can do some things. So we'd scry that bottom, draw an Ether Vial, and would lose anyway. Oh well. So not the greatest outcome out of that match. I think Moth Dust Changeling is better now that I've got Smuggler's Copter in there. I think I have too many Smuggler's Copter though. Maybe like 2 Moth Dust Changeling, 2 Smuggler's Copter there. Bind the monster I really didn't like. It should just be Dismember. I wanted the Devotion for Thassa, but just hard removing a creature would have been like way better for us in a lot of those games. I think Brazen Borrower was sort of fine. Maybe we could go up one more Brazen Borrower, but that might be a bit too deep. We could maybe trim a Thassa for something else. Overall, I don't think I've missed Metallic Mimic. Like, I think Metallic Mimic's pretty weak. Like, it gives us our second Lord in Illusions, but it's a really bad Lord. Unlike Thalia's Lieutenant in Humans, which comes down, anthems everything, like, it's not even close. Like, it's really bad. Having played like 3 or 4 leagues with the deck, I can tell you that. But, you know, going off the strength of things like Smuggler's Copter, things like Thassa, I think is a good direction to take the deck. Sideboard wise, I think we've got reasonable inclusions here to hit out a few things. Just got to remember to bring in our relics when we need to. But yep, that's it for today, guys. I hope you all enjoyed the video. As always, do let me know what you think down below. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.